guys, welcome back to my channel. We are still in quarantine. We are still practicing social distancing, and I am still giving you tips and tricks that I wish I had known at some point in my life, but here I am. So today we're going to be talking about life after college. Let me just break it down for you for a moment as like, who am I addressing? Like, I am not a first generation degree holder in my family, but I am a city dweller. I am a urban hood dweller. So I think rules and regulations apply very differently for us in the city. And just we sometimes, for the most part, are forced to grow up, and I'm one of the fortunate ones that really had their parents available. The parents pushed for me to go to college and helped and did resources for me. Even though sometimes I had to fill out the forms on my own, okay, because again, I'm a Latina, so trying to translate stuff is just impossible. So I understand where you're coming from, but I do understand some of my privileges when it comes to the regular habit that we have instilled in us, which is the American dream of like high school in 4 years, college in 4 years, your master, whatever higher education you do, and then work. Like, that is the American dream, the American timeline, you feel me? Prom and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's the American timeline. I'm just here to remind you that not everything has to happen in that timeline. It doesn't matter where you began, it just matters how you finish or where you finish. And that quote really resonates with me. I personally, just a quick background. I started in community college. I had no idea where I wanted to go. The decision was like, I don't know. It just wasn't real to me. It wasn't real that I actually had to decide what college I had to go to. I had to decide what college was about to get my monies. Like, it just wasn't real to me. I don't know what it is. I just took my time making that decision, and I ended up in Borough of Manhattan Community College. After 2 years, I transferred to Lynn University. I did not stay in community college. You don't have to. Don't stay for the 2 years. Just stay for however long you need to. But like, for me, the associate's degree is like not that important to invest in. But that's me. Transferred to Lynn University, did my study abroad with them, and graduated with them. Was gonna pursue my higher degree with them, but they're acting real shady with me right now. So that's for another video. But life after college, these are just things that I wish someone would have told me, okay? And it's a liberal major in community college. Then I declared myself as a mass communication and emerging media major. So in that realm, and just in the communication realm, it's such an umbrella term. You can go left, right, middle, like anyway. So unless your path is, let's say if you want to be a police officer somewhere in the nursing or medical field, or the law field, and the educational field, those are really predetermined paths. It's kind of set in stone. You already know what path to take. I feel like in the other side of the spectrum, marketing, business, like there's so many ways to get to just one goal, and just keep that in mind. And I feel like these tips can really help anybody, just anybody, okay? So my first tip is internships. They talk about it in the school, like some schools really do mandate it. Other schools, they're very lenient about it. If you're smart enough, or if you are well-rounded with the people around you that suggest for you to take internships, you're one of the lucky ones. But internships are key, because there are jokes on the internet, there are memes, and you guys know what I'm talking about. But when you get out of college, recruiters really do expect you to have like a certain amount of experience under your belt just to be hired as entry level. It's jokes. So my main like, if you are privileged enough to go to college, even if you're putting yourself through college, if you're able to go to college, you should invest a summer, couple of summers, or while you're in college, while you know your fall or spring semester, maybe your J term, look for internships in your related field, so that you can have either a mentor, or so you can kind of know where you want to head. Like, oh, I might like this position, but I may not like that. Like, you just have an inside look on what you're potentially going to put yourself full-fledged on. Internships really do help, and unfortunately, like, I'm not gonna lie, big name internships are really key, and that's one of the disadvantages that I have as an urban kid who doesn't have anybody to, like, you know, connect with, and I don't have an aunt that can put me on to like work on Spotify, or I don't have an uncle or a dad to put me on to work here, there, and everywhere. I have to create these opportunities myself. So creating opportunities for yourselves really is exposing yourself and joining internships, doing internships in your field, and gaining that experience. I feel like sometimes the point is missed and it doesn't come across until you're in a position where you have to sacrifice your pay for your passion because you need that experience to move forward. Okay. My next tip is networking is essential. Again, my field, communications, marketing, like that's key. But that should be key in any department, any field. Networking, that professor that you did really good in his class, and you start linking up with him on LinkedIn or something like that, he can put you on to somebody else in the field, and you can probably earn your first internship or just get your name out there. But networking is key. I know it's scary, and I know that I sometimes get scared to network, but sometimes I just have to pull myself to the side and just be like, literally, they don't know me, so like, what am I literally afraid of? And then I just put my best foot forward, smile on my face, and just put myself out there. So side note, work on your elevator pitch. Just kind of explain to people quickly, CEOs, anybody, who you are, what you can do, and do they know anybody that can help you. And that is just like the most easiest way to get somebody's information or just anybody to help out. You're not directly asking them for help, you're just kind of asking them, do they know someone that can help? Just keep in mind that all your experiences are valuable, okay? So that, just understand that. My other tip is prepare to transition back home. It's not the same. It's not the same. If you are a commuter, bypass this tip. But if you are living on your own in a dorm, and we know how dorm life is, it's different, and I love it, and I recommend it to anybody. If you can do it, obviously don't put yourself into debt to live that experience, but if you can do it, do it. But transitioning back home from dorm life is not easy. And I feel like you get tidbits and hints of it when you come back, let's say from spring break or Christmas break. You kind of realize that life is a little different. So just kind of prepare yourself to transition back home, and kind of establish boundaries, perhaps with your parents, perhaps with yourself, and kind of just understand like where you're coming from and where they're coming from. Stay focused and goal oriented is also one thing that I feel like is important, and I want to stress it more for my urban kids out there versus anyone else, okay? And I say stay focused and goal oriented because it's very easy to come back out here in the city and take any job because you need the money. Because off the rip, we have to pay for MetroCard. Off the rip, we have to pay for our lunches. That alone already is a good $200 a month. No questions asked, not including whatever clothes you want to buy, outings you want to do, any bills you might have to pay already. Off the rip, the MetroCard has to be paid on a monthly basis, okay? And you have to have food. So stay focused. Do not stay in an hourly job just because you're getting that instant gratification, okay? Stay in a job that is not related in your field for a minimum amount of time. Give yourself a certain amount of time. It is good when you're transitioning, but do not stay there because of the money that you're getting at a constant rate. This is where you mostly lose a lot of people. They graduate from one thing and you see them working, and like, for example, as myself, that I won't lie to you guys, like I was a social worker for like, I think a year, I'm lying, less than a year, maybe 9 months, but I was a social worker. I was working at a mental health facility as a residence counselor. And what does that have to do with mass communication and emerging media? Like nothing. And I don't regret it. I don't regret my steps. But all I'm saying is just don't take up a job that has nothing to do with your field for a long amount of time, because you're damaging yourself. Like with my business mindset, like time is money. And I feel like the time spent doing something that is not related to your passion in your field is not contributing to you. So that is a waste of time, a waste of money. So that's one of my tips, is just stay focused and goal oriented. And then my last two tips, and they're not tips, but kind of just reminders. And they're just like, be prepared to really meet yourself. You have been in an education institution for about 15 years, 14 years. And this is the first time you're actually thinking for yourself. That's just scary. That is scary. And that's where a lot of people this is where, and I've seen it a lot with my colleagues, with my peers. I've seen all around the spectrum. I'm only going to talk about me, but I definitely hit a low point, and I had no idea I had hit a low point right after college. But it's just like life after college, like you're not answering to anybody else. You're not being dictated. You're not being programmed. Like it is literally, it's just you and your mind. So just heads up. This is the first time that any decision you make is for yourself. Okay? Don't let your family intimidate you into certain decisions. Times have changed. Their advice may not be applicable to life now. Nowadays, college isn't really that important. Nowadays, people are getting rich left and right because of social media, because of different reasons, because the playing field has been leveled, okay? I hope that's how that reference goes, okay? English is not my first language. But it's not a competition anymore. There's abundance for everybody. Anybody can set up a shop online or an actual brick and mortar and get shit done. Okay, it's different now. It's very different. There's very different ways. So just be proud of how far you've come, because it's like not everyone's doing it, you know? Pat yourself in the back. You've made it. You've graduated college. You're on your way to graduating college, and I am super proud of you.